and thanks for joining. Today I want to talk about IDX and what your options are with this. I do apologize, there's some construction going on outside, but what can you do? So IDX is actually just an umbrella term for 4 separate technologies, and each of them use different methods to connect your website to your MLS. First of all, we have Iframes, then we have FTP, IDX FTP, RETZ, and then RETZ Web API. So we'll go through all 4 of those. As you probably already know, IDX is what you use to browse your MLS listings on a website. So most real estate agents are familiar with this term, and it is used interchangeably for all the different technologies out there, which can get a little confusing. Of course, there's not one solution that is built for everyone, and there's not one solution that has only pros, so we'll discuss some pros and cons of each of the technologies today. So first of all, we have iframes. IDX framing is the oldest of the 4 technologies, and it's very simple and easy to do. It is also very cheap. So this is still very popular amongst real estate agents, especially those starting out. However, with this technology, it doesn't allow any of these listings to be indexed by Google, so it doesn't really help out your SEO or help your chances of people reaching your website because of the listings that are there. The way this works is you can think of it like a screenshot. So it is a design element that developers are taking from their own servers and just showing it on your website. It is fast to set up, it's very cheap, and it's available anywhere. Any developer can help you do this. As well as hosting will be a lot less of a burden for you. However, the big cons that make this technology really outdated and the wrong path to go on is you get no SEO from it. The customization options are very poor and limited. You don't have much control on your data, and the integration can be a little bad with other web tools. So overall, iframes are not your best option, but they're there. Next we have FTP IDX. So this has been around just as long as IDX framing, so it is a bit dated. However, the biggest difference between the two is that FTP allows you to host some of your data, which means you get some SEO value. One of the big things about FTP is the way it is downloaded. So the entire file of MLS listings are downloaded at the same time for each synchronization, which means every time you want to update your listings and refresh your listings, the entire file has to be downloaded again, which takes a lot of time and limits the number of syncs that are possible for each day, depending on what your developer will allow. Additionally, FTP IDX is not standardized across MLS. That means from MLS to MLS, you'll see changes in the way the data is transferred or the way the data is listed. So your developers will actually have to work with this to integrate both to your website, which can be difficult. So it is clear that this is better than iframes, but still a bit dated to the technology that we have available today. So again, just to list our pros, you do have local hosting, which means you have data control as well as some SEO value. However, the refresh rate is very low, therefore your accuracy is hit or miss. Your download speed is also very low. It takes a lot of time to download such large files each and every time you want to sync to your website, and the integration time can be really high because the lack of standardized data across the MLS. Next we have RETZ, or the Real Estate Transaction Standard. So RETZ was designed by the real estate industry for the real estate industry, which makes it the most popular form of integration today. It is largely available with more than, I think, 80% of MLS in the United States. So RETZ provides you a faster way to transfer your listings, as well as it involves local hosting. So either your vendor will host this for you, or you can host on your own servers. Therefore, you get more SEO value. The way it works is it actually only downloads the modified or changed or added listings from the MLS. So the download speeds are a lot faster, a lot more accurate, and it can enable you to update your listings more than once a day. You can actually update it as fast as every hour. And while the setup is not as fast as IDX framing, it is a lot faster than FTP and Iframes because of the synchronization. So your pros are that it is very widely available. Most MLS have this option. You get the SEO value that you don't get with Iframes, and better SEO than IDX FTP. Your refresh rate is extremely high. Therefore, your accuracy and your listings are very high, and you have control of the data and the data you want to actually take from the MLS. The only con is that you have a large hosting burden with this method, because the entire file and all the pictures and everything involved with a listing for the thousands of listings that you'll integrate need to be hosted somewhere, either by you or your vendor. So that is one con to think about. Last but not least, we have RETZ Web API, which is the newest of the IDX technologies. It was rolled out in 2016 by RETZ, if you may know. And like RETZ, it was designed specifically for the real estate industry. This technology uses an API, or application programming interface, which basically means that you can call the listings and the data directly from the MLS instead of having to host it yourself. With that also comes a larger developer pool that's able to integrate and use this technology for your websites because it's built on familiar protocols. So because of this, you get the strong SEO value that you get with RETZ, while a very low hosting burden that you see with something like Iframes. So to recap, you get SEO. With that comes the accuracy of your listings and how fast your listings can update, a low hosting burden, and integration with third-party apps and websites and themes and things like this. The biggest con is that it's still not widely adopted across the United States. So we should see an increase in MLS that are offering this option in 2019 and beyond. But at the moment, you might have to wait some time. So those are your 4 IDX options to get your MLS listings to your website. Our version of this technology at Realtyna is called Organic MLS Integration. With that comes 2 main options, your first being organic-idx-integration, and your second is organic-rets-integration. We also have a third option for those of you who are more technically able and interested in taking our technologies elsewhere. So I hope you learned a little bit more about your IDX options and what you have available to you so you can make a better decision. If you have any questions about IDX or how Realtyna can help you with your real estate website needs, feel free to reach out to us by calling us or emailing us at the email addresses and phone number below.